welcome Nintendoodz and Dudettes to today's episode of Nintendo Blue version. So, I want to start off by saying, this is something I never thought I'd catch myself doing. Well, what does that mean, you ask? That means I don't like vlogs. Why? Well, because I think they're boring, stupid, etc. So, why am I doing it? Because I think I have to at this point in my life. Well, what do I mean by that? I feel like I owe it to any current and all future fans of the show to give them some insight on the channel, on myself, on my life, even though I personally feel like my life doesn't matter that much. Nonetheless, I think it's important to make this video to address some important things. So I guess it's an announcement, holiday, special, vlog, thingy, I don't know. I'm new at this, alright? I've been earnestly, I think I used that right, thinking about what to do for Thanksgiving special episode. I was thinking about how I was going to make my announcement video because time on putting it off was running short. And at one point, it kind of just popped into my head. Yeah, make the announcements. But why don't you go over what you're thankful for? So I started thinking about that for a while and I came up with some stuff. But before I get into all that, I think we need to take a step back and get some context with my announcement. The channel is going to be changing up a bit. How, you ask? Well, Brian will no longer be part of the show. He and I had a very complicated falling out not too long ago, and we were no longer on speaking terms. And a little pre-context, if that's a thing, is that this is not the first channel I've been a part of. I used to be part of a channel called Grown Children. They heard about my mad editing skills, and asked me if I could join their team and create their show. I saw that the leader genuinely wanted this to happen and had a real passion for his project. So me, being a person that loves to help others, agreed to help them with their dream. Fast forward some, and an internal dispute occurred that left me unhappy being associated with the group any longer. So I decided to leave the channel and let them take the reins for themselves. Not too long afterwards, Brian followed in my footsteps and left as well. Then he told me he wanted to do his own channel with me, all about gaming. He had all these ideas and plans. I really saw a flame of passion in his eyes about it. So I agreed to help him, since he was like a brother to me at the time. We sat down and started fleshing things out. We landed on the name Nintendoodz. Got some artwork for the channel made up. We planned out the first set of games we were going to tackle for the channel. We researched what equipment and editing software we'd need. We were too eager to wait until we had everything, so we started out with the bare minimum. We scraped and scrounged at first, trying to save up enough to get some decent gear. I ended up saving my tips from work every day and putting them in a jar until we finally had enough to make something even better. Some time went by and we recorded a bunch of stuff in advance, even getting a secret location to use as our recording studio. And little by little, we built it up. But I started noticing something. I was really doing all the work. That passionate flame in his eyes wasn't there anymore. He stopped coming up with ideas, wasn't doing any of the editing anymore, never even watched our own videos. So, after trying a little harder to push the channel forward, I noticed he tried even less. The more I worked, the less he was doing in general. Then the falling out happened for personal and different reasons. So, he got the studio I worked so hard to get, and I decided enough was enough. I'm tired of giving it my all to help other people with a YouTube channel, and I'm always the one getting the crap end of the stick. So, I kept the channel for myself. I didn't want all the hard work and money I sunk into this channel to waste away. So, I kept it going. Started making it my own, and it is going through some changes. And this is one of the announcements. There won't be an end to the Banjo-Kazooie playthrough, and this really saddens me. Not because I'm OCD and hate unfinished things, not because it's unprofessional, no, it's because this is the last thing I ever saw Brian put any effort into, and I didn't want to rob him of that achievement that he worked so hard for. I watched him play through the entire game, start to finish, getting everything 100%, even endure the struggle and a half that was the grunty boss fight, and I was so proud of him. But, unfortunately, during the falling out, some of the footage was lost. I had thought I had transferred it all to my laptop, but several episodes were just missing. And since we weren't on speaking terms, when I tried to reach out to him to find the lost footage, sure enough, I got no response. So, I have decided I will air everything I do have, and even leak you guys what was supposed to be the outro skit of the Let's Play.
Well, that does it for this episode of Nintendoodz.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the journey as long as we did. I just want to say thank you real quick for being here for as long as we evolved from Super Mario and Donkey Kong to so much better at how much it was now. And into the future.
And with that being said, we give this our completionist rating of... Ah, dick!
Stop stealing shit!
But I grew this beard out for 5 months for this!
Yes, I grew out a beard for 6 months to make a short skit / reference to Gerard the Completionist. Moving onward. While Brian may no longer be a part of the channel, I don't want any of you to harass him or bother him. That will accomplish nothing. Just join me in moving forward with everything new that's in store. My next announcement, you may have already noticed, is a new member. That's right, you all got to know me as Nintendoodz Blue version. Well, get ready to start enjoying Nintendoodz Purple version. Purple is going to have a different style for myself to contribute to the channel. That being said, more members may be in store for the future, but even I don't know yet. Last announcement, I'm trying to make sure I upload 2 episodes a week. I feel that's a pretty decent ratio considering where I'm at right now. Alright, now that the announcements have been made, it's time to give thanks. What I want to do is essentially take a trip down memory lane and give thanks to all the people in my life, whether they are still in it or not. First of all, I want to thank my mom. I know I've made some dark humor jokes about my mom, but I'm a firm believer in laughing instead of crying. So I may joke, but the truth is, I miss her greatly. She passed away when I was 13 years old. I'm giving her thanks because she legitimately gave everything she had to help me and be there for me. So I'm thanking her for teaching me how to do and give selflessly to others. I don't care how many times I get taken advantage of for it, I will always help others. So, thanks for the big heart, Mom. I want to give thanks to my dad. He always pushed me to go beyond what my limits were. It's due to that I never settled for doing things half-assed. If I'm going to work on something, I want to do it the right way. So, thanks for the values and work ethics, Dad. Next, I want to thank one of my first ever friends, Matt. He introduced me into being adventurous. We went on so many adventures as kids, did all kinds of crazy stuff. I remember when we first heard about the rumor about being able to light farts on fire. We made it our darn mission to try it for ourselves, so we prepared. We got tons of soda and gas-inducing foods and just held it in for hours. The payoff, of course, being hilarious to us because, let's face it, we were kids and that stuff was funny to us. So, thanks, Matt, for teaching me to not be afraid to adventure. Next up is Heather. She was the first girl I ever talked to. It's thanks to her influence that I ever even became interested in anime and Japanese culture at all, not to mention all the food she got me to open up to trying. So, thank you dearly, Heather, for being such an awesome friend and opening me up to new experiences. I want to give thanks to my dear friend Marisa. She may not have taught me anything per se, but she is responsible for me still being here today. This girl has been there for me through every single one of my bad times and darkest hours. She showed me what it is to be a true friend, and I always try to be as good of one as she is. So thank you, Marisa. You showed me how to be there for people when they need me. I want to give thanks to Tim. You made me realize that the only thing limiting me in life is my own mind. All the crazy adventures and stunts we did together, I never would have thought any of them possible until you taught me to just ignore self-doubts. So thank you, Tim, for teaching me to never let anything stop me from reaching higher and higher. I want to give a huge thanks to Amy. We have been friends for a long time now, and so much has changed for the both of us over the years. However, through all the changes and phases we went through, we're still good friends. She gives me as much support in my endeavors as she can, and chips in from time to time herself. Thank you, Amy, for having my back with my dreams and ambitions, no matter how crazy or stupid they often seem. I want to thank Brian. Yes, that Brian. No matter where things are between us now, it doesn't change what you've done for me. You were like a brother to me, and you were basically down to do almost anything. The projects we took on, the adventures we went on, the ups and downs. The biggest thing you inadvertently taught me was, people come and go from your life. And even if things end poorly, it's important not to forget the good things, and appreciate people, friends, and family while they are still around. Thank you, Brian, for all the good times we had together. You are missed. I want to thank Bev. She is slowly but surely teaching me to trust people again. She has been incredibly patient and understanding of all the terrible things happening to me lately, and is still there by my side, teaching me that there are more decent people out there that are good-hearted like us. Thank you, Bev, for helping me redeem my faith in humanity again, and for putting up with me. I want to thank Gabby. Her and her family were so good to me. When I was really at a low spot, they treated me like family. There were times when I was so used to being used and abused by people that I would choke back tears simply from them showing me generosity and hospitality. Gabby was my gender-bent alternate universe twin. You mean the world to me, Gabby, even now, no matter what. Thank you, Gabby, for teaching me how important it is to be a good person and take care of others. I greatly miss you. And lastly, I want to thank you, the viewers. Yeah, I know, it's a lame thing to do, but I want to thank you all anyway. You may not realize it, but whether you've just watched this video, watched here and there, or binge-watched everything ever uploaded to the channel, you have taken me aback. All my life I have battled with depression and low self-esteem. I've always felt like I could disappear and it wouldn't matter. Like I have no impact on anyone else in the world, that I mean nothing. And mostly, that I could never really make a difference in anyone's life. But even just by watching this one single video, you have heard me out. You have taken the time to hear my story and learn about who I am. All I want to do is entertain. I want to make people laugh and be happy. I want to feel like I'm useful. And it's really hard to even talk about this kind of stuff. There is so much sadness and suffering in the world already. If I can just make one of you out there laugh with either a really stupid joke or a smile from watching me play a game from your nostalgic past, then I'll be happy. Because each and every one of you deserves to laugh and be happy. And if I can be the one to give that to you, it's incredible to think how a nobody like me can make any kind of difference, even if it's for just a moment. 3 of my favorite YouTubers, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and Gerard the Completionist, have been my role models on being honest and open to oneself and the audience. And they have all made a huge impact on my life as an aspiring entertainer / YouTuber. I look up to them, I really do. I want to be like them, and I want to do right by my fans. So you deserve credit as well as my thanks. So thank you, even if I don't know who you are. If you're watching this, you are making a difference in my life. Thank you, viewer, for helping me feel like I matter. That's all for this episode of Nintendoodz. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.